In the shadowed halls of Mary Jo is, a figure pulls the strings of the world. Imu, the enigmatic ruler who's been teased since Reverie, but exploded into the spotlight with the Elbaf Arc revelations. What if their power isn't some ancient curse or mythical beast, but a devil fruit that binds souls with unbreakable words? Buckle up, One Piece fans, because today we're diving deep into the theory that Imu wields the contract no Mi, the ultimate deal with the devil fruit that could explain everything from immortal Gorosei to the world government's iron grip. Picture this: a paramecia-type fruit that turns agreements, spoken oaths or written pacts, into enforceable laws of reality. Once you sign on the dotted line or swear your loyalty, you're bound. Break it, boom, punishment hits like losing your powers, your freedom, or even your life. This isn't just wild speculation. It's pieced together from Oda's masterful foreshadowing, especially in the recent chapters where covenants and abyssal pacts are name-dropped like bombshells. If this theory holds, Imu isn't just a villain. They're the architect of a world built on coerced deals. Stick around as we break it down, evidence by evidence, and predict how Luffy shatters it all. First, let's recap who or what Imu is. Introduced in Chapter 907 during Reverie, Imu sits on the empty throne, a symbol that no one rules the world, except they do. They've got the Gorosei, the Five Elders, as their lapdogs, and we've seen them nuke entire islands like Lolusia with what looks like Uranus, an ancient weapon. But the real juice came in the Egghead Arc and now Elbaf, around chapters 1167 and 1168. Imu isn't just powerful. They're pulling off feats that scream devil fruit shenanigans. Remember Saturn getting blasted by Vegapunk's tech, only to regenerate like it was nothing? Or the Elders transforming into massive yokai beasts, boars, sandworms, you name it, with immortality that rivals Logia's? The manga calls these covenants with Imu: shallows for basic loyalty marks and regeneration, depths for horned enhancements and telepathic control, and abyssal for full-on demonic immortality. These aren't random power-ups. They're structured like escalating contracts, where the deeper you go, the more power you get. But the tighter the leash. Imu even possesses their bodies remotely, like an egghead when they hijack Saturn's form. This screams a system of binding agreements, not some innate godlike ability. And don't forget the God's Knights. Those holy warriors in Mary Jo is who seem equally bound. Recent Elbaf flashbacks tie this back to God Valley, hinting Imu or their predecessors made pacts with the celestial dragon's ancestors. The Void Century War likely ended with a massive contract that sank the ancient kingdom and established the world government. Imu's name, possibly from him meaning sea or demon in Japanese, fits a being who offers devilish deals. The Keiyaku no Mi. Now, the heart of the theory: Imu ate the contract no Mi, a paramecia fruit that lets the user create and enforce agreements as unbreakable rules. Think of it like a supercharged version of real-world contracts, employment pacts, sales deals, tenancy agreements, but cranked to 11, enforceable by the laws of the One Piece universe. Spoken or written, once both parties agree voluntarily, it's sealed. No take-backs without consequences. This explains why the Gorosei are immortal puppets. They signed for power in exchange for eternal servitude. Break the terms? Imu revokes it, like potentially with Saturn if he failed too hard. Why paramecia? It fits the category of altering reality or bodies without transformation, Zoan, or elemental control, Logia, compared to Sugar's hobby no Mi, which turns people into toys via touch, a contract of sorts that erases memories. Or Law's Api no Mi, rewriting space like a surgical agreement. Emus could be awakened, allowing global-scale enforcement. Imagine the entire world government as one big contract network, where kings pledge loyalty for protection, marines swear oaths for ranks, and breaking it means Cypher Pole hunts you down, or worse, Emu-triggered curses. Evidence piles up from mythology that Oda loves. Deals with the devil, they are classic Faust selling his soul for knowledge, or Japanese yokai pacts where demons grant wishes but claim your essence. The Five Elders form straight from yokai lore, like the Itsumade bird or Gyuki bull, granted via Emu's contracts. And the Abyss themes, Shallows, depths, abyssal, like descending into hell, each level a deeper commitment. Imu's control over the sea, if UMI means sea, could even tie to devil fruit's weakness. The ultimate clause against all users, enforced by the ocean itself. Let's connect the dots to bigger lore. The 20 kings who formed the world government, they probably made the original contract with Imu or the Nerona family during the Void Century. Joy Boy fought against this oppressive system. His Nika fruit represents boundless freedom, the perfect counter to binding contracts. Luffy's gear 5 laughter and reality warping? It could nullify agreements with sheer will like advanced conquerors hockey breaking mental chains. Remember Shanks warning the Gorosei about a certain pirate? Maybe he knows Imu's weakness. Contracts require voluntary agreement, so force or trickery could void them. More foreshadowing, bounties and wanted posters as contracts for capture. The empty throne? A symbolic contract that no one sits here except Imu, the hidden enforcer. Even the D clans might be an ancient countercontract, passed down to defy Imu's pacts. Blackbeard's crew hunting fruits? Perhaps aiming to challenge Imu's monopoly on power deals. And Uranus, is it a weapon or an extension of the fruit, blasting those who breach global terms? Awakened potential. In awakened state, Imu could impose contracts without full consent, like subtle mind control via the Gorosei's telepathy, or enforce on non-living things, like binding islands to sink. Lucia. This ties to the flooding prophecies. Imu, contracting the world to drown under world government rule. Oda's building to a climax where every dream in history revealed shatters Imu's web of deals. But wait, parallels in the series. Big Mom's soul pacts with her homies, similar, but limited. Doflamingo's strings controlling people like puppets. But Imu's power is the pinnacle. Not physical control, but legal, soul-binding enforcement. Why not a mythical Zoan? Sure, yokai forms suggest it, but those could be granted powers, not Imu's base. A contract fruit explains the hierarchy better. Imu as the CEO, elders as executives under NDA. Final evidence. The manga's Elbaf arc dives into giant lore and ancient pacts. Loki's chains? Symbolic of contracts. The sun god Nika worshipped by giants, freedom versus bondage. It all points to a being who rules through enforced agreements, not brute force alone. So how does this play out? Prediction. The final war involves breaching Imu's contracts. Luffy's haki could inspire mass defection, voiding pacts in mass. Vegapunk's message already cracked the facade. Shanks, with his mysterious ties, might have a loophole from God Valley. Counter-arguments? Some fans say Imu has no devil fruit, just the eternal ruler from the Void Century, maybe immortal via OP-OPS surgery. But that doesn't explain the specific covenant system. Others push a mythical Zoan like a devil or sea god model, granting transformations directly. Fair, but why the pact language if not contractual? Could be both. A Zoan with contract abilities, but Paramecia fits cleaner for mind/soul manipulation. And if Imu avoids water like other users, that explains hiding in Mary Jo is away from the seas on top of the red line. In the end, if Imu's power is the contract Nomi, it makes them the ultimate foil to Joy Boy's control through binding words versus liberation through joyous action. The One Piece, maybe the treasure that voids all contracts, uniting the world in freedom. What do you think, theorists? Is this Imu's secret, or am I off base? Drop your takes in the comments, smash that like if this blew your mind, and subscribe for more One Piece breakdowns. Who knows what Oda drops next in 2026? Until then, set sail.